Proud to serve northeastern and central Pennsylvania. This is WNEP 16, the news station. Now, Frank Andrews, Dorothy Lucey, meteorologist Noreen Clark, and Jay Kristopher on sports. This is Newswatch 16 this morning.
Well, the 528 unionized nurses and technicians at Wilkes-Barre's Mercy Hospital still on strike this morning, but there are fewer of them on the picket lines. Newswatch 16's Dorothy Lucey is live now at the hospital with an explanation. Good morning, Dorothy.
Good morning, Frank. Good morning, everybody. First the courts and now the church involved in this strike here at Wilkes-Barre at Mercy Hospital. Some of the picketers today will be meeting with a representative of Bishop John O'Connor. The strikers sent out a cry for help to the bishop, help in settling the strike. He said, well, I cannot get involved in the bargaining, but he is sending someone to talk with the people here today. As Frank mentioned, there are less picketers here this morning. That has more to do with a court date yesterday than the fact that it's kind of a cold morning. The hospital was a little upset because, as you know, well over 500 people are on strike, and at times, well over 100 strikers were here. Well, the hospital said they just couldn't conduct business that way, and both sides agreed yesterday at the Luzerne County Courthouse, but without having a hearing, to have less picketers here. Well, then you're wondering, what are all those people doing in that group behind me across the street? Well, the strikers tell me that they're just here because they're going to relieve the picketers who are at each door. Just a couple of strikers at each door here this morning. And tomorrow there will be talks between the union and the hospital, so people's spirits seem a little brighter around here. You ask the strikers how they are. They say they're fine, cold, but they're fine, and they do realize that it is going to be snowing tomorrow. And they do realize that Christmas is coming, and, you know, Christmas lists are kind of long, and the pay here is kind of short. They get about $40. One more thing I'd like to mention, speaking of lists, we've talked about that controversial sign, the one that the strikers keep tabs on the people that they call scabs. Well, the sign is just in front of me. I was here about a week ago and there were 4 names, and now there are well over 20. So, Frank, people are giving up slowly and going back into the hospital.
Thank you very much, Dorothy. In Wilkes-Barre, the controversy continues this morning over 2 city councilmen in a little trip they recently took. Robert Prodzik and Robert Brader lost the recent election. They'll be out of office soon, but recently both went to a convention in New Orleans at taxpayers' expense. Prodzik says he looks at the convention as an investment in the future. Brader could not be reached for comment. Both are due to leave Wilkes-Barre council position sometime next month. Now, people who are out of work or in need for the holidays may get some help from the Colts bus line in Lackawanna County. Colts has placed boxes in front of the buses so riders can donate canned goods to be distributed to the needy in the area. The food will be given to Catholic Social Services. It will distribute the canned goods for Christmas. Now, there's another special program in Lackawanna County, and that is getting some statewide attention. As Newswatch 16's Kathi Belich reports, it's the first program of its kind in the state to cut down on the number of dropouts in northeastern Pennsylvania high schools.
These young teenagers are hard at work learning how to fix carburetors and car engines, learning which screw goes where and which screwdriver to use. Usually VoTech students aren't so young, but this is a pre-vocational program at Lackawanna County VoTech for students from Wayne, Susquehanna, and Lackawanna counties who have social and emotional problems. 14-year-old Jeff Stewart of Susquehanna says he pays much more attention in his classes here.
I used to do other things, fill around and draw and stuff. I used to think the stuff was boring, but now here they keep explaining how to do it, and I think it's not boring.
12-year-old Carol Ebersol says she never did anything in school, but now she's considering college.
Because now I'm getting more into school. I never wanted to go to school. So now that they had this program, I like school more.
And you're working harder and getting higher marks?
Yes.
And what these students learn in the classroom complements what they learn in the shop.
Can you come up and work out how much the wrench would cost with the tax?
The coordinator of the program, Mildred Sweeney of Northeast Tri-County Mental Health, says she doesn't only see a change for the better in the students.
Many parents who were not that interested have come around and are very interested in having their children have this type of exposure.
The people who run this program say some of the students have been out of school for a whole year or maybe even 2. But ever since they joined the program, they come to school every day and they like it. Kathi Belich, Newswatch 16, Mayfield.
And Jay Kristopher has sports next on the Tuesday Morning Sports One. Welcome back, everyone, to Newswatch 16 Midday. Lots of sports news to report on today. Jay?
Yes, good afternoon, Frank. We'll get right to it. We'll begin with some college basketball items. In college basketball overnight, Michigan upset 13th-ranked Georgia 76-70. 14th-ranked Arkansas, the Razorbacks, they beat East Tennessee 79-50. And number 15 Boston College easily handled Puget Sound 88-71. Now, closer to home, King's College and Wilkes College played their round ball games at their respective gyms last night. At the Scanlon Fieldhouse, the Kings Monarchs eased to a 9-point, 88-79 victory over Mid-Atlantic Conference opponent Delaware Valley. New head coach Ken Atkins played 4 freshmen to win his first game in 4 outings. Freshman guard Jim Pay had a game-high 26 points for Kings. Teammate Ed Moyer added 16. Now, about 3 blocks away, the Colonels of Wilkes College were hosting East Stroudsburg. And even though East Stroudsburg lost their most proficient scorer, the Colonels lost 77-75. Earl Greer, who averages 34 points a game, left early in the first period, ankle injury. Now that the Colonels failed to take advantage of his absence and lost the 2-point ball game. Wilkes drops to 1-4 on the year. East Stroudsburg even their record at 4-4. Well, now that the high school football season is finally over, here's the final rankings of the Super 16. We're looking at number 1, Berwick, number 2, Hanover, number 3, North Pocono. Honesdale comes in at number 4. Then at number 5, Wyoming Valley West. 6 is Mount Carmel. 7, Valley View. 8 is Montoursville. 9, Stroudsburg. 10, Wyalusing. Number 11 is Southern Columbia. Number 12, Blue Mountain. Rounding out the Super 16, Mahanoy City is 13, Catasauqua 14, Coughlin High School 15, and Scranton Prep rounds out at number 6.
Thank you very much, Jay. And Newswatch 16 this morning continues in just a moment. We'll have more on the snow that's coming our way from our morning meteorologist, Noreen Clark. But first, in case you'd like to check again, let's take a look at last night's winning lottery numbers. And those numbers are on your screen right now. The daily number for Monday, 644. The number again, 644. Newswatch 16 this morning for Tuesday continues in a moment. It's 4.5 before 7.
Enjoy a winter wonderland.
Good morning, everyone. It's 23 minutes before 7 a.m. Today is Tuesday, and Noreen, you mentioned snow. I can't wait to hear about that.
I know. I don't want to smile, Frank, but our weather is going to be rapidly changing from today into tonight, with a winter storm watch in effect for tonight over northeastern Pennsylvania, and I'll get to the details in just a minute. Let's check and see what's going on outside right now. We have a current temperature of 40 degrees here in the backyard. That humidity is high at 92%. The winds are out of the southwest at 9 miles per hour, and they are going to be gusty at times today. The barometric pressure at 29.91 is falling, and we're going to see that continue to fall. In the temperatures today over the entire viewing area, we have cloudy skies with some fog that's quite dense over the Poconos, extending up into the Binghamton area. The Poconos now is the coldest spot at 35 degrees, 40 up in Towanda, 38 in Hazleton, 40 down in Sunbury, 41 in Pottsville and Allentown. Out to the west, there is a bit of drizzle in the Williamsport area with a temperature of 36 degrees and 40 out in State College. Checking the satellite picture, you'll see what all our problems are due to. There's a big storm that's developing right now, intensifying over the Ohio Valley. There are some clouds over the Tennessee Valley that are quite bright, and these are headed right for us here in northeastern Pennsylvania. This storm is tracking to the northeast, to western Pennsylvania and western New York, and as it moves our way, it'll spread these clouds toward us, making the rain quite heavy this afternoon. There could be some minor flooding. Just want to mention that in the roadways and in low-lying areas, so be careful. And as this passes to our north, it's going to bring in some much colder air behind it, much colder air, and what will happen is this will start to filter in, race in by about 5 p.m. tonight, and about 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. tonight, the rain will change over to snow. Accumulations of 1 to 2 inches are possible in the valley cities, but I'm thinking that heavier amounts could extend from Sullivan County all the way up into Binghamton. So more than 2 inches, possibly a good deal more. So just want to let you know that snow is in the forecast. Roads could be quite icy by tomorrow morning. Let's check today's forecast. And we're looking for rain to mix with a good deal of wind, windswept rain, and fog in the elevations that will be quite dense. Towanda 45 degrees, Exeter 47, down in Bloomsburg 48, Palmerton, that's down in Carbon County 48 degrees, out to the west, Williamsport 45. We're looking at a gusty wind that's out of the southeast at about 20 miles per hour. Let's check that health watch, and this does not look good today. You can imagine with barometric pressures that are just plummeting today, along with high relative humidity. All the categories look very, very low, so you won't feel at your best, and you won't be able to think your best today. Let's see how the forecasts go. Well, we are looking for rain that's going to be quite heavy at times, along with a gusty wind. The high temperature 47 degrees, along with fog in the elevations. Tonight we are looking for a period of snow. An inch or two is likely, along with heavier amounts to the north in mountainous areas. The low temperature by morning 30 degrees. Watch out for the icy roads tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is going to be a cold, blustery day with a very cold wind. Snow flurries are likely with a high of only 33 degrees. Ooh, get your long underwear ready. On Thursday, partly sunny with a high of 35, and Friday there is a chance for snow or rain, and I'm hoping that that maybe holds off till Saturday. Maybe you don't want that to happen either, but the high only 38 degrees. So it looks like we're going to be poured on today and dumped on tonight, Frank, and watch the roads tomorrow morning.
Boy, what a heck of a weather forecast. What a way to welcome me back. Thanks a lot, Noreen. About a tractor-trailer accident on Route 81. Take a look at it. We are told that it was high winds that contributed to this accident. We're told that it happened in Wilkes-Barre Township, Route 81 northbound. The tractor-trailer carrying a mobile home was coming northbound when the high winds just kind of started wreaking havoc with it. It flipped over. It blocked the highway for a time. We are told that the driver was not injured in the accident and that right now both lanes of Route 81 northbound are open. Just wanted to bring you up to date on that. That's all we have time for on Newswatch 16 Midday. We'd also like to remind you that we will have the very latest on the sentencing of Pittston Mayor Robert Loftus tonight at 6 on Newswatch 16. Have a good day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.